exhale. And you know this, as you breathe in, think about expanding backwards to the sides and back of the low rib cage. And as you breathe out, try to pull the navel back towards the spine. If you're able, find that real vertical tailbone and just easy, comfortable flexion, expanding as you breathe in, and then engaging the deep core, transverse and pelvic floor as you breathe out. One more, breathing in and breathing out. And roll all the way down onto your mat. Have your feet comfortably bent. This is now just the imprint and release. If you want to exhale, think about imprinting and scooping tailbone slightly backwards. Breathe, inhale while imprinted, and then exhale back to your neutral. Real easy. Breathing in, exhale, imprint, small motion, inhale, and back to that neutral. And just two more of those. Feel those abdominals start to fire as you imprint. Starting real easy. One more. Exhale, imprint, scoop. Use only abdominals. Good. And then you're going to add your arms reaching up. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, reach them overhead. Try to drop the ribs. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, lower down. Just real simple. Keep that beautiful posture as you move those arms. Start to warm up through the abdominals and the upper back. Feel easy floating. As you're working with your body weight, try to just relax your face and your hands. Try to put the work right into the core right away so we don't take any excess tension. Just one more of these. Bringing the arms down to the mat, we're going to do a few shoulder shrugs. Inhale, shrug those shoulders up. Exhale, slide them down and then press your hands into the mat. Inhale, shrugging up. Exhale, drawing down and pressing down. Inhale, shrug. Exhale, press and draw. Just do one more of those. Good. Some protract, retract. We're going to do unilateral with this. Let's do the right shoulder up, center, and then even back and center. We'll do 6 here with that right arm. Just try to get the shoulder blade moving. Enjoy that slide and glide. Try to minimize any tension in the neck, any tension in the shoulders. Just easy movement. 2 more. Good. Left shoulder for protract, retract. Left shoulder blade slides around the back of the upper rib cage. The inner border really thinks about hugging in towards the spine as you retract. Big exhale as you retract so we don't lose that connection between the rib cage. 2 more here, opposite arm, protracting and retracting. Last one. Good. We're going to move to arm circle. Inhale as those arms go overhead. Exhale as they circle down towards your hips. If you want to give it a little bit of an impulse, inhale as it reaches. Still try to maintain some ease here through the face and the hands. Already feeling that connection at the core, keeping that rib cage placement. Reverse your circle, big inhale, expand through the sides of the backs of the rib cage. Think about moving the lungs open and closed. Dynamic tension through the system. One more. All right, right to hip roll. You're going to imprint, roll, and lift up. Don't go too high here, trying to get those seat muscles working. Rolling back down, finding your neutral. Yeah, Karen, if you're getting any tightness in that hamstring, really think about pressing down through the foot. Should help a little bit to get the seat working. And think about drawing sitting bone to sitting bone so you really get the support of the glutes so the hamstrings don't overwork. Also, you may need to change how far your feet are. So check in, see if you can find the best distance, perfect bend, 90-degree bend in the knee. If it gets closer, it's going to be even more on the feet. And if it gets further, it's going to get even more on the hamstring. Mostly here, you're articulating through that lumbar, just trying to get your posterior chain warming up. Okay, similar exercise, we're going to go right to the hip lift. Now, no articulation. You just lift your hips directly up and place them directly down. Big exhale up and inhale down. If you prefer, you can always reverse that breath. You can inhale up and exhale down. Either one is fine. Mostly you just want to think your feet are connecting to the mat. You're controlling the movement of the hips, lifting the heaviest part of your body and placing it down. Really starting to warm up through the glutes. Just 2 more here. Press and lift. Last one. Hold the lift up. Today we're going to do some feet motion here. So you're going to peel the feet off of the mat, all 10 toes up, roll back down through the 10 toes, and then maybe even lift the heels and lower down. Roll and lift the toes up, lower down, roll and lift the heels up. So you're just rolling through the feet, trying to be as articulate as possible. So articulating through the bones of the feet. And last one. Good. Lower those hips down and rest. Just stretch one leg up to the ceiling. Give yourself a little hamstring stretch. So just grabbing on where you're comfortable, as neutral as possible. Pull that leg into your body. You're going to bend your knee and take it across your midline. Bend your knee, stretch your opposing leg, twist and reach across. Just get a little spine stretch. Coming back, a little glute stretch, figure 4. Press one knee away, opposite thigh into you. I even do a little rock here or a circle. Good. Other side, start with your hamstring. Reach one leg up. Just grabbing on where you're comfortable. You can just interlace your fingers around your thigh. Try to go either above or below your knee. Just pull that leg into your body. Lengthen through the leg. So engaging through the quadriceps, pulling leg in. And then coming into a spine stretch, just twist and rotate. Woo, big adjustment. If you can, you look the opposite direction. Come back to center, find your figure 4. Push one knee away, opposite thigh in, and circle. Good. Okay. So now you're going to grab onto your head. We're going to nod, curve, and flex our upper spine. So nod your chin, flex your upper spine forward. Feel the slide and glide of the ribs towards the hips. Breathe in, and then lengthen your spine as you lower it. So just rolling up, exhale, breathe, and rolling down. Just find that midline. Think about quality movements, especially early morning on a Monday. Just getting yourself really set up for a successful week. Keep it nice and simple. Focus on your good form. As you're coming into your flexion, you're going to think about protracting the scapula, bend the rib cage, breathe. Lengthen your spine as you lower it. Try a few more here. Curving up. Now you can really even address any scoliosis in your spine here. Try to go evenly right through the center. Often one side of the rib cage doesn't want to bend as much as the other side. See if you can just find the most even flexion that you're capable of today. And really bring the weight of the head back into the hands. You can even almost resist pressing the head slightly into the hands. It's going to make the abdominals work a little bit harder. And I was successful at that. As soon as I did that, my voice got a little shakier. Right, so try to find a little bit of resistance, even weight of head pressing into hands. Doesn't have to be a lot. Breathe. Good. Last one, just hold on up here Exhale, press and hold it, and just take 3 breaths. Really think about flattening the abdominal wall. Breathe in. Exhale, flatten the abs. Breathe in. Exhale, find transverse and pelvic floor. One more. Exhale, work the stomach, lower back down, and rest. Good. Just shake it out a little bit, move those hips. Move the ribs, especially the low floating ribs. Move the shoulders, neck and head. Really good. Let's flip on over towards our stomach. Let's do breaststroke prep. This is number 2, everybody. This is the arms are gonna lengthen and reach out, and you're thinking almost about coming more into a hover position than even a extended position. You're just trying to energize and engage the whole body, and then lowering back down. And lifting up, lengthen, reach, and down, and reach out in all directions, curve the upper back slightly, mostly retracting and downwardly rotating the scapula. Control that descent down. Just almost think of this as just being a dramatic expansion. Filling the whole body up, surveying the ground beneath you, looking out towards the horizon. 2 more. And lift up, lengthen, reach, and energize. Last one, we're gonna hold it up. We're gonna lift the arms up, try to get the arms above the hips if you're able, and then work the rotators of the shoulders. You're gonna flip your palms all the way up towards the ceiling, and then palms all the way down towards the floor. You're just trying to get your arms slightly above the hips if you're able, and then you're rotating the humeral head in the socket. Try to stay out of the low back. Really think about lifting the navel up into the spine. Working through some of that gristle there in the shoulder. Stick with this. This is tough. You can do this. Think about lengthening out through the tops of the ears. Nice long neck. 2 more. One more. Let's hold our palms down towards the mat and then lift our arms real high. If you can, you add your legs up. You just hold and stay. Think about zipping those legs together, trying to draw pinky to pinky, and then try to lift feet and hands. Hold and stay for 10, 9, 8. You're doing great. Deep breath. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down and rest. Very nice. Okay, round your spine, pushed on back. This is just your nice shell stretch. Try to really ground your seat towards your heels, and then flex the back. You want the shoulder blades just to sort of round off to the sides. Line of head and neck, lengthening the curve of the whole spine. Good. Let's come to our all fours position. We've got more of an athletic one here today. Jill and Karen, this might even be brand new for us today. So we're gonna lift, if you wanna watch this once, is that pretty simple? You're gonna lift up in your all fours position, knees hovering. You're gonna take your right arm and just tap your left knee and bring your right arm down. Left arm and tap your right knee and bring it down. Yeah, so you're just gonna do a little tap, and there is a shift that happens as you move here. You're trying to minimize the shift. As you minimize the shift of the weight, it's a good wake-up call for those obliques. You can hear me. It ends up being quite an assertive breath here to keep the hip, rib, and shoulder placement all working. Try to minimize any strain in the neck. You can do so by thinking about relaxing the jaw. So even though your lips can be closed or pursed, try to relax your jaw with pursed lips. And stick with it. Getting nice and warm here. Work the stomach like a factory. And one more side to side if you can. Last one. And lower down and rest. Good, shake that out, really nice. You just want to kneel and do a few shoulder rolls. And reverse that direction. And then a kneeling complex spinal motion. We're going to come into a side bend with a little bit of flexion. Lift that left arm up, bend to the side, and then curve and round, and you can even sit your seat back a little bit, back to your side bend, and then up and open. And lifting up, bending to the side, curving and rounding. You can sit the seat back on the diagonal slightly, back to the side bend, up and open. Just try to make this feel like a stretch. Feel about Laffy Taffy being pulled in opposite directions. Lengthening through that midline with perfect posture. Bending the ribs as you exhale. Trying to get in that nook and cranny. Ooey gooey here through the quadratus lumborum as you flex the spine in and down through the erector spinae and the multifidi. One more. Fabulous. Okay, let's do a little hip stretch. Come off to one side of your mat. We're going to do a side lunge with a side bend. So just start with your side lunge. Try to bend one knee and stretch. You're thinking about moving the pelvis slightly down along the angle and then back up. This hip crease, you really want this to be creasing at the hip, pressing. I like to drive with my heel pressing down. Helps me feel more connected. You can always release that foot down if you prefer. Just check in here, get a good stretch. And then hold your side bend. Now, if you're able, you're gonna reach down towards the mat. If that's too high, you can even just take your elbow onto your thigh, and then you're gonna bend to the side. Get a full stretch. And come back up into the center. Let's go to the other side. You may need to do a little, Martha Graham calls this a knee bourrée, a little knee bourrée to the other side of your mat. Other leg out, checking in, just really transitioning the weight of the pelvis slightly downward on the diagonal. So you're driving the hips down the diagonal, really trying to crease that hip as you come into your side lunge. I even have a stickier side, so I'll kind of come in and almost try to inhibit any hyperactivity of the hip flexor, and you'll feel it might go like cling cling, and then you can get it to release. So you just want a nice smooth path, synovial fluid in that joint. Just nice complex hip position. We have some abduction, some lateral rotation, and then a nice lateral shift even. Really good for our hips. Last one. You're going to hold that stretch. If you can, you reach down towards the mat. If that's too far, you can always just bring your elbow to your thigh, and then nice side stretch. Think about lengthening from the crown of the head to the pelvis, and then reach. The scapula might be slightly upwardly rotated here. And back to the center. Really good. Okay, so come now to a reverse plank position. You're going to have your knees bent for the first one, hands slightly behind you at an angle. You're going to lift the weight of the hips up, try to stay looking towards the upward corner of the room, and back down. Just practice lifting those hips up. With this one, I would recommend that you exhale as those hips lower. So inhale to lift, exhale, control that descent. We're going to try to go up in a 1 count and then down in a 2 count. Now, there's a lot of work for the upper back here. Just try to think energetically that your shoulders are reaching out to the side wall and that you're pressing down in through the hand There's activity in the hand here as well. So there's a slight dome or arch sensation right in the middle of your hand. You want to press all pads down into the mat, almost like you're grabbing onto the mat ever so slightly. Do 2 more here, nice high reps, everybody. Press and lift. Control that descent. Last one, hold the press and the lift. Good. Now you're just gonna rock your weight forwards and backwards. Try to keep your whole body strong. This is about connectivity through the back chain, all the way through the arms, just rocking forwards and backwards, noticing how the abs have to work a little bit harder as you rock backwards. And 2 more. And last one. Come forward, control that descent down. Good. Okay. Just crisscross your legs, nice comfortable seated position. Rotate to one direction. Breathe. And opposite, rotate to the other direction. Good. Okay, come on up to standing. Doing great, doing great, doing great. That's it. 7:53, perfect. Okay. All right. Now, we're just going to do a little balance work here. So you're going to peel through the foot. You want to lift the heel, and then you're going to point the toes, lift the knee up. Then we're going to stretch that leg out on the angle, and then you're going to lower your toe down and slide your foot in. So almost like a feeling of développé and reach, and then lengthen it out, slide the foot in. Process the foot, lift, reach, touch, down. Yeah, just getting some good standing balance work, nice quadricep work. So really focusing on that standing leg. Think about really maintaining that connection through the 5 pads of the feet, especially for most of us, the big toe joint. We're all gonna wanna favor the pinky toe side, we tend to. See if you can really feel that midline connection, inner leg, pelvic floor, staying the focus here. Now just hold that leg forward and work your rotators, flex your foot, rotate your leg out, and then turn your leg back to parallel. So if you can do 10 of these, so stay right here. If you need more assistance, you can always reach the arms out. If you want more challenge, you can always lift them up. Yeah, I'm fine to just keep mine right at my hips. Find what works best for you. Getting nice shaky legs here. Four more. Now just hold that leg turned out. See if you can lift it a little higher. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Lower down and rest. Shake that leg out. My goodness, so simple. Simplest stuff. Opposite side, you're gonna do that cheval action. Processing heel and then through the toes. Lengthen that foot out. Touch it down and slide it in. As you're reaching that leg out, feel that work all the way from the knee to the ASIS, the front of the pelvis, right? That whole quadricep. It's quadricep because it's, 4 big muscles, quadricep. In particular, that vasti, the vasti group is real important. The vastus medialis comes right to the inside part of the knee. It's like a teardrop shape. That doesn't work really until about the last 20% of knee extension. So as you reach your foot forward, think about pulling the kneecap up the thigh. And try to keep your pelvis level and square here. The tendency always, when we're standing on one leg, is to shift the weight in opposition. See if you can shift more of your body weight towards the midline, really making your abdominals work slightly harder. And last one, hold that leg forward, flex your foot, and then rotate the femur bone. So turn it out and then return it to parallel. Yeah, deep and complex hip here. Great balance challenge. So many muscles have to work here just to stand on one leg. Keep breathing and moving. We're going 10. That's 4. And 5. Stick with it. And 6. Eyes forward, presenting yourself. And 7. You're doing great. And 8. Keep breathing and moving. And 9. Last one. Hold it out there. Maybe gesture those arms. Hold 10, 9, 8, 7. Hopefully your leg is shaky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. Good. Wow, my goodness, that's such a humbling exercise, isn't it? Okay, we do need to do a quadricep stretch. So quad stretch really is hard to do standing. Since we're in a nice small group today, why don't we go back to prone? Let's come back to a prone position for our quad stretch. I think we'll get a better stretch. So this is on your tummy, holding your foot in towards your seat. And you want to keep one arm towards your head. And holding on here, you may need a prop to help you hold on, a towel or a shirt, really anything can do. If you can grab comfortably, that's great. Very, very gently, you want to hover that knee off the mat. So you want to come into a slight hip extension. So you're lifting that knee up and controlling the descent down. Just do a few of those. Mostly I want you to get a stretch for that thigh. The tendency here is for the body weight to roll to the leg that you're working. Try to keep that body weight right aligned in the center. You should feel some work in the oblique system. Also get a good shoulder stretch here. One more, lift that knee up, stretch it, and lower down. Switching here, opposite side, grabbing on to ankle or foot, supporting head, keeping weight even. Try to lift the thigh and lower. And it's a baby lift. Mostly think about energizing, really reaching the knee away from the hip, keeping the torso as aligned as possible. Oh, my knee is sore. Last one. Lift up, stretch. Good. Lower down and rest. Okay, let's do a nice strong set of abdominals now. You're going to flip on over towards your back. We're going to do a single leg stretch and then a double leg stretch. So you guys, you'll know this well here. If you want to just watch one, you're going to switch your legs side to side. Then I'll cue you, we'll add some rotation. Then we'll come meet in the middle and we'll do our double leg stretch. All right, yeah, super simple. On your back, you're going to be imprinted. So rock those hips back, one leg to tabletop, second leg to tabletop. Hold on to your head, flex your upper spine forward. Next exhale breath, stretch that left leg forward. Exhale, stretch. And then you're, and. Now, as you're doing this, just try to keep your hips relatively still. Feel that sacrum really grounded and try to flatten the abdominal wall each time. Really also keep the weight of the head into the hands and keep the upper back curving up and forward. Add some rotation. So rotate into that knee that's pulling into you. Try to look towards the diagonal. You're going to use as well the quadricep, the hamstring in the seat to reach that leg long and low. One more side to side. Good. Meet in the middle. Reset. Check your position. Big breath in. Exhale. Both arms and legs are going to reach out. Both arms and legs reach out. Then circle and pull in. Exhale. Reach it out. Circle and pull in. And reach and circle. 4 more. Reach and circle. Now, as you're moving, try to keep everything working simultaneously. Try to address any imbalance of those legs lengthening out. Now, just hold that double arm and leg reach. Try to find that imprint, lower the legs, lift the torso. Hold and stay for 10 and 9. You've got it. 8, stick with it. 7, breathe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down and rest. Looking side to side, look to one side, look to the other side. Then once you've looked off to one side, lower the chin down towards the shoulder. Stay looking off to the other side, lift the chin up. So complex neck here. Rotation with flexion and extension. And look to one side, nod. Pass through the center and look up. And off to the other side, nod. Pass through the center, up, and back to the center. Really good. Let's come up to standing for a final stretch. Nice. Reaching those arms up to the ceiling. You just want to shift your weight and sort of gesture your arm. Nice full body stretch. And then a nice forward fold. So spine stretch forward. Reach the torso down. Lower the body down. Woo. And then you want to tread. This is just a knee movement. Think about bending one knee, stretching the other one. Let the head be heavy. Then you're going to add a little bit of rotation here. So go ahead and bend your right knee and then move your right arm across your body towards your left foot. And then you're twisting and reaching up towards the ceiling. Oh, should feel great. Opposite. You're reaching your arm across towards the opposite foot, rotating and lifting up. Oh my goodness. Whew. I'm so shaky. Guys, wow. Really good work. Now, if you can, let's take a long line up. So reach those arms forward. Try to lift the weight of the arms up with the torso, and then reach everything out and just find your nice standing posture. Let's take one hand heart, one hand stomach. Let's close our eyes. Let's take a centering breath. Breathe in. Exhale, say a quick prayer here for your day and yourself and everyone in your life. Breathing in, just finding center, finding ease. Have a moment of peace here. Breathe and feel that expansion. And feel that contraction. Do 2 more. Just feel your feet on the mat. Feel your crown reaching up. Last one. Perfect. Good job, you two. Give yourselves a round of applause. I know that's so quick.
Thank you very much.
Good. My pleasure. My pleasure.